Hello, Danny Bernal here, and welcome to Module 8, How to Generate and Communicate with Your Leads. We are going to break down how simple this is and just really show you why you can have complete confidence when it comes to connecting with those that are reaching out or following you. Okay, so let's talk about generating leads. So generating leads is critical, right? You're not doing the video just to do the video. You're doing these live videos. You're putting content out there so that people want to build business with you, right? But you are putting value out there whether people want to buy or not. It's important to remember that. You want to give such great value that people get results or they can go implement whether they ever buy from you or not. But of course, you want to generate leads, right? That is the name of the game. You're building a business. And so you have to understand it might not happen right away. It really depends on, how many friends you have. It depends on your influence, right? We all have different, we are rewarded or punished for the life we led before. Some of us have a lot of influence, some of us don't. It's okay though, whatever your situation is, you can build upon it, right? Even if you have a lot of influence, it could still get bigger, right? And if you are just starting out and you don't know a lot of people and you're not connected with a lot of people, that's no problem, right? Putting value out there is going to solve that. But you do want to focus on, getting connected with those 3 to 5 people a day, slowly adding to your friend base. And the goal is to have thousands of friends and followers, right? And so there's always more people for looking for information than ready to buy right now. This is so important you understand that. And so people are looking for information, but that doesn't mean they're ready to buy. And so your primary focus is to provide amazing value. You want to be giving so much value that that they just keep getting the information. And so through getting all your amazing information, they might decide to buy. They might see you so much now and hear so many amazing things from you that now they're like, okay, I'm interested. I want to know more. But a lot of people, they just want to know more. They just want some information, but that doesn't mean they're ready to buy. And so that's why you have to cultivate the relationships, and that's why you have to be consistent with providing value. And so as you create pieces of content, your audience is going to start to see you as more credible, right? This is what makes them see you as a credible source. And once they start seeing this, they start to trust you. And once they trust you, they they they're more willing to hear more about what your product or service is, because people just don't do business with people that they don't know, like, and trust, right? It's important to remember that. And so if you're always providing value, if they're seeing they can trust you through your consistency and through your message, you are now more credible, and now they're more likely to buy. And so you got to promote your show, right? You want to promote yourself. Now, this isn't, you don't have to be like just constantly promoting, right? You want to sprinkle it. You want to put it out there. You want to get people on. You want to make it clear that you have something that you're doing or announcing. And so invite people to come watch you, right? Invite people to come watch you, to come join in. You can create a flyer. Create a flyer with the topic, and share why it's going to be a really amazing topic today and people want to join in, and invite like your friends to come follow you and get on and show you support, and then have a daily or weekly show that your audience can rely on. Now, you don't have to do this, but I do suggest it. I think that it helps train your audience that you're really serious, right? It shows them that they can rely on you. Like it's really attractive if they know at 9 o'clock on Wednesday morning they can count on you for your message, right? Or even daily, if they know every morning at 7 a.m. they're going to be able to drive to work and listen to you. Man, that's really cool, right? So you can literally start your own show. Now, it can be weekly, it can be daily, and then you can still do spare of the moment live videos or different things, but you can start your own show, which I think is really cool. And then you want to promote it, right? You want to build those viewers. You want to get people on. You want to make sure you're prepared, that you have good quality information so they come back for the next show. You can also schedule out your show. Now, don't do this every day because it kind of loses its power, but I do this every once in a while. You can go to BeLive.tv and you can schedule in the show. It's going to show up on the news feed for the time that you're going live, and it's going to let people click to get a reminder. And so now, first of all, it looks really amazing. People are gonna be like, how are you doing that? You might even generate leads because they might reach out to you and ask you how you did that. But they're going to get notified, right? They're going to be able to click get reminder and get notified that you went live or that you're going live. And so you want to use that tool every once in a while. Now, you want to look at your videos as an asset. So they go out on the internet, right? And they stay there. They don't expire. And so the more content you produce, the more virtual real estate you have, right? The more online space you have. And so this is why it's so important to have a lot of valuable content out there, because you get more eyes on you, more people see you as credible. Now, I'm not saying we're in network marketing. I'm not saying your whole day needs to go to creating content, right? You can literally spend a Sunday or a Saturday and put all your stuff together for the week. You can be smart with this. But a video a day doesn't take a lot of time, right? It takes 30 minutes to an hour. You can plan your points at night. You can sit down every night and just have your bullet points that you're going to share on prepared for the next day. So you're not wasting time the next day trying to come up with a topic or come up with solid points. And so you just want to plan ahead of time. You want to be smart with your time and understand this isn't an all day thing, right? You still got to prospect. You still got to build your business, but this is not an all day thing, but it is something that you should be doing consistently. Because this is just the way of the future. It's just the fastest way to build a following. Now, marketing 101. Marketing, it's important to understand what marketing is. Marketing is not getting your name out there. It's not making sales. What it is it's generating leads. And so you want to understand this, because a lot of times we think that, it's promoting ourselves and, making sure we're getting a lot of sales. And all it is generating leads. It's throwing bait out there and getting people to bite, right? So it's throwing the bait and then, being so good with your bait, right? Like it's just delicious. Think about when you throw like a steak to a dog, or you go fishing. It's the same thing. You're going fishing, right? And you want to catch some fishes, right? You want people to bite. And so this is why you must have a call to action. You must have a call to action. So the bait gets them to bite. The call to action is what reels them in, right? It's what gets them to bite and reels them in and gets them into communication with you and gets you now talking to your leads. And so you got to think of it that way, right? You have to have a call to action. And so we talked about this in the other module, but I just can't stress this enough. This is so important, the basic 4-step process. So you got to follow this in your videos. Introduction, right? You have the first 3 seconds to get their attention. Question, do you ever struggle with do you ever struggle with bloating? Do you ever struggle with keeping your makeup on all day? Hey, do you ever struggle with buying things because you have bad credit, right? Think of it like different questions. You want to make sure you're letting them know in the beginning you're solving a problem. That's going to make them want to stay, right? They're going to want to know more. Then your content, so you're going to share your bullet points, and then a call to action. The most important part, the call to action, right? You got to tell them what to do next. Do not leave them hanging, right? It's kind of like, what's next? You got to do the call to action. And so don't make this mistake. In the beginning, I did this, right? I just assumed people would reach out to me. I was doing videos, no call to action. And as soon as we started using a call to action, as soon as we started telling them what to do next, that's when we started getting leads. And so every post you put out there must have something next for your viewers to do. And that's with anything. That's with a blog, any marketing post that you do should have some type of call to action, right? You want to tell them what to do next. Now, I'm not saying if you put a picture of you and your kids, you don't have to be like, oh, message me. Not, I'm talking about like value-based content should have a call to action, right? Should have something to do next. Even if you like share a video of your workout tips, like let's say you create a fun video in iMovie or something, the last slide should be your website, or, you know, your logo with, you know, get started now, or, you know, something that shows that there's a next step. Give first. So this is one of the most important things you can understand when it comes to building a following and using the internet to grow your business is you got to give first. So you give before you get. And so think of it, and it never goes away, right? Even when you have people reaching out to you, still want to give. And so you can do things like monthly raffles. You can literally say, you know, you can keep track of everyone who's sharing your video and put them in a raffle. And at the end of the month, you can promote the heck out of a big live video where you're going to share some amazing tips. And then you're going to close with the winner, right? And they can win a book, or they can win something really cool, but a selfie stick, but you're going to close with the winner, right? This is going to make your show fun. This is going to make people excited to tune in. You can create compelling giveaways, right? If you talk about, let's say you do a show where you show them how to how to meal prep. And at the end, you can say like, I created a PDF where I literally break down what you need to have breakfast, lunch, dinner, and for your snacks. And you can message me and I'll send that to you, because eating healthy doesn't have to be hard. And so I wanted to create that for you. Man, that's a great giveaway, right? That's going to generate leads. People are going to say, you know, hey, I want that meal plan. And now you can get into conversation about, you know, what supplements are they using? What stuff do they use? Okay. Also, information can be used as a giveaway. Like if you have some really cool information, if you have something, maybe you have a really cool PDF on something or an article, you can tell people to message you so you can email that to them or send that out to them. Record everything. If you're doing team trainings or other types of things, maybe you're speaking somewhere, you want to make sure you record it, because you can also use that as a giveaway, right? You can say like, hey, I just did this awesome nutritional training yesterday, or makeup tutorial training yesterday, or I did a whole training yesterday at the Sheraton on, you know, fixing credit. And so why don't you message me and I'll send that to you. See, these are things that get people to bite. These are things that get people to want more, because you're giving them something. And then you can create a capture page. And if you want more information on that, you can email me at Danielle@daniellebernal.com. I have a really amazing team that can do those things for you. Okay. Become a trusted friend. And so this is what you want to focus on first, right? You want to become a friend first. And you do that by being consistent with value. That's what builds relationships with your audience, right? They want you, when they know they can count on you, when they know you've been consistent, when they know they can rely on you for quality information to educate them and that you have their back. Now you're their friend. Even if you don't know them, they view you as a friend, right? They're rooting for you. And so you also want to communicate with your audience. If they comment on something, comment back. Show them the same support they're showing you. Go like their stuff. Go comment on their stuff. You know, give them love the same way they give you love. Be their friend first. Human first. Okay, consistently provide value. And so this is so important, right? You got to do it consistently, like I'm talking about. So value is giving knowledge, share lessons, provide them with things that will help them, right? That is value. And so you want to make sure you're doing that, right? You want to make sure that you are providing them with constant things that are going to help them, that even if they never bought from you, they would still get results and they would still learn something. Okay, so now we're going to get into generating leads and connecting with your leads. And so important. You want to pay attention to these things. Who is watching? You know, when you're live, sometimes you can literally see that there's people watching and they don't say a thing. They don't comment. And so don't shout them out if they're not actively participating, but pay attention to that, because that's somebody that's watching, right? They're watching for a reason. Go send them a message. Hey, I saw you were on my live video. Thank you so much for tuning in. And then, you know, ask them a question. You know, how's your day going so far? Right? How have you been? You know, these are things that get you into conversation with your leads, right? With the people that are watching. And so it's so important. So follow up with those that are watching you, follow up with those that shared your stuff, that liked your stuff. Hey, thank you so much for liking my video. I saw you were on. How are things going? Or, did you get value from it? Or just get in conversation with all of them. And you want to do that on a daily basis. You are going to have so many conversations come from just implementing this small thing, that you're going to find people that want to get on your products. You're going to build relationships with people that are open to hearing more about what it is you do. And so let's talk about effective inviting and converting. And so once you've identified your prospects or leads, now you must properly invite them. Now you want to change your mindset with this. When you're inviting them, you're not focused on them buying. Yes, you want to make sales. Yes, you want to build a business. But I feel like when we focus on buying, getting someone to buy, we literally turn into the weirdest person ever. We become non-human. We don't listen. We lose all of our people skills. And so it's try versus buy, right? Are they open? Maybe they're open to trying it, hearing about it. And so it's not what you say, it's how you say it, right? Whoever is asking the questions is in charge of the conversations. And this is so important. Everybody wants magic scripts. Everybody wants, the perfect thing to say. And it's not that. It's learning how to be in charge of the conversation. And you do that with questions, right? When you're the one asking the questions, you are the one that is interesting. You are the one that's guiding the conversation, controlling the conversation. And if you want people to feel good about you, you got to be interested, right? You got to be interested. Focus on being interested and not interesting. You don't have to say anything, right? I love when people tell me they're shy or they don't like to talk to people. Guess what? You don't have to talk very much. If you're talking too much, you're doing it wrong, right? You want to listen, ask questions, listen, ask questions, listen. And so how to turn prospects into leads, you're going to compliment them. I loved that picture that you posted last week of you and your family at the park. Or, can I just say, I love what you're doing. I love your message. I love how you're always encouraging moms. And these are things, but be genuine, right? But find something to compliment them on. And then you want to use the doctor's approach. And I love this because, if you think of it like going to the doctor, when you go to the doctor, what does your doctor do, right? He asks you questions. Does this hurt here? How does it feel when I touch this? On a scale from 1 to 10, how bad is the pain, right? These are things the doctor asks before they diagnose you. They don't just come in telling you everything they know, telling you everything about them and what's wrong with you. They're very diligent in the question asking process, and then you get the diagnosis. And so you want to think of it that way, right? Ask them questions and determine their need, understand their situation, ask them questions, then diagnose them, right? What products do they need? How can you help them, right? Solve their problems. Why ask questions? So questions build trust. Questions make people feel like they can trust you because you're actually interested in them, right? You're actually concerned with them. You're actually listening to them. And so you will start to discover their needs, strengths, and goals if you lead with questions. They literally give you everything you need to know in order to get them started with you through the questions, right? And so you want to make sure you're paying attention. Everyone has something they are missing. That's what you're looking for. Now, also, I see a lot of people mess up with this because they just keep asking questions and they're not paying attention, right? If someone's sharing with you, they never get to see their kids, or their commute is long, or they can't wait to get off work, or they, struggle with energy, or they don't feel good about themselves, or they just had a baby. These are all questions that basically just helped you. These are all answers that helped you identify that something is missing. And so you got to be smart with it. You got to pay attention. And once you see that something is missing and that you have the solution, now you can bring up what it is you do. And so you can't say the wrong thing to the right person, right? You can't say the wrong thing. So many people hold back from getting into action because they're afraid of saying the wrong thing. They're afraid of messing it up. You can't, right? You can't say the wrong thing, right? It might not be the right time for that person. That person might not be interested, and you just got to accept the fact that not everybody's going to want your product or your service or to build a network marketing business, right? It's not for everybody. And so it's not what you say, it's how you say it. You got to be postured. You have to have confidence. You have to have belief. And all you're trying to see is, are they open? Are they open to hearing more? Are they open to jumping on the phone? Are they open to, what it is you have to offer? And do they need what it is you have? Do they actually need it? Right? If you're talking to someone, they're like, everything's great. No, yeah. And they're kind of short and they're not really giving you answers that you need to determine that they have a need. Move on. Still like their stuff, still engage. You never know when that relationship can come back around. But you can't get in conversation with someone and maybe you're having a great conversation, it's going nowhere, and be so attached to that one conversation happening. Right? You want to have multiple conversations. You want to be in touch with lots of people. And so you're not attached to an outcome. You're just looking for people that are open and determining a need. Also, are they ready? Right? Are they ready right now? Right? If they're going on vacation right now and they're at the airport, it's probably not the time to bring up your opportunity or your products. So this is the two-step process that you want to follow. This is all you got to focus on. You generate the lead. Anybody who likes, comments, or shares your stuff, people that are watching you, people that follow your call to actions, and then you determine their need, right? Get into conversation with them. Is there a need for what it is you have? And let them know how you can solve that need. And so when do I ask them to check out my business, right? This is what everybody wants to know. This is where people get stuck. They don't know how to bring up their business. And so it really just depends on this, right? It's not a fancy script. It's not any of that. It's just mastering this skill. And the only way to master it is by doing it, right? Get out into action. Don't be attached to an outcome. Start having the conversations. Imagine if you did this with just 5 people a day. Right? Let's say you took this on with 5 people a day. You'd have 150 conversations by the end of the month, and you would have 1,800 conversations by the end of the year. You don't think having 150 conversations a month or 1,800 conversations where you're actually building relationships, and what I love about Facebook is they're still connected with you. Right? If you go out on the street and if you have 1,800 conversations or 150 conversations out on the street, you never see those people again. Online, they see you still, right? You never know when that conversation is going to come back around. But if you had 150 conversations a month, I promise you'd be getting customers, you'd be getting signups. And if you had 1,800 in the year, man, you'd be doing good, right? You'd definitely be growing. You'd be building a business. And so, and that's just the minimum, right? And so, are they open? Do they have a need, right? Is it the right timing? It's really like dating, right? You're not going to go on a date, your first date, and tell someone, I love you on the first date. And so don't do that with your prospecting, right? Don't be so forward. Get to know them, build a relationship, ask the right questions. And then the goal is to get them on the phone or meet them in person to look at the information, right? And so that is the goal. You want to get them from Facebook on the phone, get them from Facebook to meet in person, right? That's what you want to do. That's when you can really give them the information. And so we always say, don't tell them everything. Don't tell them anything until you can show them everything. And so you just want to say like, hey, so, oh, I can help you with that. Can you hop on the phone really quick? Right? If they say, hey, I've been trying to lose weight. Yeah, you want to hop on the phone really quick? I can help you with that. Get them on the phone. Get them talking to you, right? And so connecting off Facebook is the best strategy. You're just using the conversation to get them. Can you hear my special guest, Mikey, banging on the door? You're just using Facebook to get them on the phone, right? To get them in person. And so that is how you do it, right? You're not going to get somebody to your website to buy products without actually having a conversation. You're not going to get somebody on the phone, or you're not going to get somebody to sign up in your business if you've never talked to them. So all you got to focus is on generating the lead and determining the need, guiding the conversation, and then getting them on the phone.